Good morning, Grand Rapids High School, and welcome back to what looks to be the most unique school year in the history of education. Actually, I could probably guarantee that, as you've probably observed walking down hallways one direction, upstairs one direction, masks and the whole bit. I'm not going to go into too much of that this morning, but I'm sure a lot of you guys are excited for this school year and also feeling a little anxious. I was trying to think back to my own high school career and think if there was anything like this, and I came up with something. It's not an exact correlation, but maybe we can come full circle on this. So when I was a senior in high school, there was a movie that came out. It was the first installment of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, directed by Peter Jackson. So, The Fellowship of the Ring. But I also had some anxiety. Now, what I was anxious about is the fact that I know that movies can sometimes end up butchering the source material. Well, here's the deal. The first time I watched that movie, I felt sick to my stomach. They did butcher it. They left out Tom Bombadil. They turned Glorfindel into Arwen. Perhaps the worst sin of all, there are millions of people in the world whose only identification with the character of Frodo Baggins is through the actor Elijah Wood. Now, I don't know Elijah Wood. He's probably a nice guy, but that's all I'm going to say about that. But there were some good things that came out. By the time I had watched the movie the 7th time in the theater, it had grown on me significantly. Had I known then what the Hobbit movies were going to turn out to be, I would have stood up and applauded upon watching that film the first time in the theater. But as the school year begins, I want to show you a little clip from The Fellowship of the Ring. And you have to keep in mind, right, that Frodo, like most hobbits, is the kind of guy that would like to sit around at home, have tea, work the garden, sit on the porch, watch the sunset. So when he inherits the ring and is called on a great quest to throw it into the fires of Mount Doom, you can see how he might feel a little overwhelmed, a little anxious himself. And that's where Gandalf comes in, and we can watch this short little clip between the two of them.
I wish the ring had never come to me. I wish none of this had happened.
So do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. There are other forces at work in this world, Frodo, besides the will of evil. Bilbo was meant to find the ring, in which case you also were meant to have it. And that is an encouraging thought.
So there's nowhere else in history, and time, and space where you're supposed to be except right here in the halls of Grand Rapids High School in what looks to be the craziest year we're ever going to have. With all that said, I hope the best for you. Pay attention to the new rules and regulations. It's going to be helpful to all of us as we get going here. And I do want to share with you a couple of clips from some teachers and staff. Ms. Moen, the yearbook advisor, has a little message for seniors. Ms. Cummings with Indian Ed has a little bit of information for you as well. And Ms. Domagle, the school nurse, has a message for all of us. Thank you guys for watching this week, and I hope you have a great day.
Hi seniors, got a couple of things to talk to you about. In your email, you are going to find a link to a Google form that you need to fill out by September 18th at 11:59 p.m. That is how you're going to get your senior quote and your favorite high school memory to me. Again, I'm not going to be accepting those beyond September 18th at 11:59 p.m. That's my last day in the building, as I have other due dates that I need to worry about. Senior pictures and baby pictures, you don't have to worry about those until November 25th, and those can be emailed to me at amoen@isd318.org.
Hi, welcome back to the high school. My name is Teresa Domagal and I am the nurse here in this building. If you have any medical needs during the school year, you can just stop down to my office. This year we have 2 separate entrances. We have one for just general medical needs, which is the entrance we've always used. And then if you are feeling sick or having any illness symptoms, you have to go in to my office through G131. So it's kind of connected, but it's just a separate entrance for people who are ill. So we'll have those clearly marked, but just so if you can remember that. Also, I just want you to remember that you do have to go out through the nurse if you want to go home. You can't just sign out and walk out the door. We just, for your well-being, need to know where you are at all times. So if you can just come into my office and we can call your parents together and get you home and as soon as possible. So make sure that you remember that. Also, I just want you to have a very safe and healthy school year. So if you can just remember that you do have to wear your mask every single day here at school now. And if you are feeling sick at all, please stay at home and make sure you go call the attendance line and let them know the symptoms you're having and that you will be staying home for the day. When you do wear your mask, please make sure that you don't touch it a lot during the day. You know, the care of your mask is just as important as wearing your mask. So make sure that you're not touching it a lot because that's just bringing, you know, germs from things that you've touched up to your face. And so we just, you know, this is where all the germs enter is through your mucous membranes. So I just don't want you touching your face during the school day. And honestly, it really does help in prevention of illness. Also, when you do take your mask off, make sure that you fold it inwards and just keeping, you know, the germs together. The CDC recommends that you put it in a paper bag, but you're going to be wearing it all day. And when you do take it off, hopefully you're going to wash it. It's very important that you wear a clean mask every single day. Also, you know, make sure that you're social distancing and washing your hands often. These are just very important. I want to try to keep our school as healthy as possible. I mean, that's my #1 goal. And so these are the tips that I use every day to try to keep myself safe. You know, working in an office where I'm seeing ill people all the time, you know, and I still say, you know, washing your hands is #1, but also just not touching your face and your mucous membranes during the school day. So if you have any questions, make sure that you can always email me or stop down. And please remember about the separate entrances for just regular medical issues or if you're having illnesses. So have a good school year. Let's stay healthy.
One more thing I forgot to mention. In case you're new here, this is Hawk Talk. It's a weekly video where we try to get some announcements and some interesting, fun things out to students and staff in a video format. We're changing things up a little bit this year. Our journalism crew that does a yearbook also usually does some Hawk Talk stuff, and they will this year be creating some of the content. But we're also looking for some extra bodies. Anybody who's interested in being who's interested in helping us create content, maybe you like to edit videos, shoot videos, help us with announcements, creating content about life and some good positive things going on here at Grand Rapids High School. If you have any interest at all, grades 9 through 12, in being part of Hawk Talk this year, why don't you shoot me an email or come talk to me in my room. That's 3155, or email zvandrunen@isd318.org. I'm going to try to set up a little Schoology group where I'll be able to kind of message you and we can make some plans from there. But if you just want to contact me, let me know what you might be interested in. This goes for anybody. It's an open invitation and we'll see what happens. Thanks and see you next week.